Hello y'all, this is Make America Again, a mod for Hearts of Iron 4 that is set in a world where Donald Trump refused to concede the US presidency, and thus Joe Biden established a rival government. Trump was pushed out of DC, and during the ensuing chaos of this event, many other groups rose up and took over different parts of the USA. We are going to be playing as the New Zealand Occupation Forces, who in this version of the mod replace the Pacific Fleet country. We begin with 3 national spirits, which includes the very nice fight over control. Also, our leader is the American businessman, Gabe Newell, and our ruling party ideology is autocratic. In real life, Newell is perhaps best known as the co-founder and president of video game developer and digital distribution company Valve, which he helped start in 1996. He is considered one of the most wealthiest people in the United States. Now, how is he related to New Zealand? Apparently, during the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, Newell made a decision to stay with a group of friends in the country. Later on, in October of the same year, he applied for permanent residency. Let's take a look at the military. We have 17 divisions, most of which are Marines. The Navy has 4 fleets, and the Air Force consists entirely of planes that are attached to the many ships of the occupation forces. As for commanders, we have a lot of them, and they are all mercenaries from the game Team Fortress 2. So if we count them all off, engineer, pyro, sniper, heavy, demo man, medic, spy, soldier, and of course field marshal, scout, that is 9 army leaders in total. We are at war with the People's Republic of America, led by Bernie von Sanders. The good thing for us is that the People's Republic is also fighting 2 other countries at the same time. Let's start the focus tree off by completing Mobilize a Class 3 draft, joint military maneuvers, cooperate with the Great White North, and infiltrate the Reds. An event has popped up that basically says, if we do not win this conflict soon, it may lead to bad things for us, because our population is getting more and more anti-war. Our ships are securing the coast off of California, and at the same time, we are going to move the Kiwi troops that are in Alcatraz into the capital of the People's Republic of America, San Francisco. We have a few divisions in the Pacific Northwest and in Alaska that aren't really doing too much, so we are going to transfer them all to the active front in California. Our units have taken part of San Jose, and they are trying to advance out of it. Also, we are navally invading Oakland. More troops are arriving to reinforce the position in San Francisco and San Jose, and besides that, we captured San Rafael, which has some strategic importance due to its connection to Alcatraz and the former People's Republic of America, which is called the PRA from now on, capital. A focus has given us 2 divisions of American infantry, and to the Engineers Army, they go. To the east of us, Deseret has started clashing with Primitivia, whose leader has really gone all in on the monkey stuff, and other than that, there is Franken Hitler. New Zealand troops are approaching Stockton. Our main objective is to reach the border with Molossia, and on another part of the front, a few enemy units have been trapped behind our lines. The Bernie von Sanders-led PRA has pieced out with Cascadia, but they are still battling us and the Fire Legion. This means most likely we will soon see more opposition in our way. We have successfully split the People's Republic in half. The difficult part now is going to be actually maintaining the front lines and ensuring we don't lose any provinces. The situation is a little precarious, but we are hanging on. Once we finish off the isolated enemy units in San Jose and Hayward, that should take some pressure off. Various hidden paramilitary groups loyal to the New Zealand Occupation Forces have sabotaged the People's Republic of America's war effort, which has resulted in a loss of stability and war support for our opponent. In the focus tree, let's do something I will just call state-sponsored insurgency, Canuck arms deliveries, and Operation Wolverine. We have some special decisions that allow us to hire mercenaries. These cost political power, and their service should prove to be quite useful. Let's enlist a G4S security detail. A lot of the hired guns have been assigned to the Engineers Army. However, due to General Army Division limits, one will be with the Pyro, and their goal is to make sure a group of PRA soldiers don't escape an encirclement. Even more enemy units have been surrounded. That is just brutal. Combat has slowed down, so what we are going to do is divide our forces up on two front lines. The large 1st Army will be in more of a defensive position for now, meanwhile the smaller 2nd Army will try to push outward into undefended territory. The PR Army just continues to be beaten up hard, and it looks like the People's Republic could soon have less troops than the two countries it is up against. New Zealand divisions are moving down the California coast, and it appears it won't be long before they capture Los Angeles. This mod, specifically this spooky version of it, has some interesting leaders besides Gabe Newell, and if we look around the USA, we can see them. You got people like Zombie Ronald Reagan, Ted Cruz in a raccoon hat, Devil Huey Long, and Skeleton Abraham Lincoln, who I think replaced Joe Biden. Operation Wolverine isn't even here yet, and we may not even need it because the PRA is already falling apart. The North is collapsing, and in the center/south, divisions keep getting encircled. The Fire Legion is gaining ground, and due to that, we are going to send a few of our troops up past Sacramento to get some land. The People's Republic is close to capitulation. All we need to do to win is capture San Diego, Phoenix, and maybe Mesa. Operation Wolverine has started, the Californian uprising has begun, and so we now have a bunch of militia. In a focus tree, there isn't much more we can do, so let's just do the part that involves shutting down supply lines and getting new divisions. After much struggle, the New Zealand occupation forces and the Fire Legion have finally triumphed over Bernie von Sanders and his army. With the victory, there is just a legion in our way now, and I would just say, New Zealand shall have all of California. Forget any potential invasions because the Fire Legion has joined us, and due to an event, Gabe Newell will become the leader of the military district of California. The Legion gave us their entire army, which brings our division count up to 48. If you think that's crazy, we also now have corps on all the PRA's former territory. Valve, remember the company our nation leader is president of, has their headquarters in Washington, which is mostly held by Cascadia, so we might want to get that. That sounds like a valid reason to attack a neighboring country, right? We are going to send a small force up north to defend Seattle. Who should lead it? Sniper, maybe? Wait, no, Spy should do it. He looks like he could handle that. Cascadia somehow got taken over by Montana, who is huge now and is in a faction with Skeleton Abraham Lincoln. I'm uncertain if Gabe Newell could take on an undead US president, so we will just invade the place Franken Hitler is in charge of instead. America Reich, which is led by a robot with a mustache, I'm pretty sure is heavily outnumbered by us, so it shouldn't be too hard for our New Zealand soldiers to defeat them. With one war underway, let's start another one with Area 51, who some say may be hiding Half-Life 3. We won that little scuffle. The America Reich was also at war with Zombie Ronald Reagan and company, but we got the highest war score, so we should get a lot out of the peace conference. It would be nice if Gabe Newell completely dominated the southwestern United States. Let's make that happen by invading Deseret. We are moving in from as many directions as possible, and by doing this, it's not going to be that hard to defeat our latest opponent. Due to our wars and conquest, we have made a pretty large military district of California. A focus has caused the name and flag of our country to change, but don't worry, Gabe Newell is still here. A place has been carved out for us to rival the undead presidents of the world, and the guy who runs the nation basically controls Steam because Valve. So what's next? Maybe state-mandated Steam decks and Steam machines? The video is going to end here. If you enjoyed the mod, check it out in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave a comment because it helps the algorithm recommend the video more. Have an awesome day. I'll see you later. Bye.